Okay, thank you very much. Nakolo?
Thank you, Chair. So, you are a very opinionated man and very vocal on Twitter. Now, I just wanted to find out how such a politically aligned man, specifically to the ANC, and which is not a crime. You're allowed to be affiliated to any political party whatsoever. That is not the issue. But your tweets are very much in line with supporting the ANC and specifically against the DA, which is completely your right. However, they also start going down the lines of racial segregation, reducing arguments from very complicated things to black and white, and also promulgating a number of stereotypes. Now, that is absolutely fine, and it's encouraging that South Africans are voicing their opinions. However, in a position such as Commissioner of the Commission for Gender Equality, that position is non-partisan and completely independent, as it is a Chapter 9 institution, and independence is included in the what's this thing called? The Commission on Gender Equality Act. Independence is, thank you, ma'am. Independence is a non-negotiable. Now, considering your obvious bias, which you're entitled to as an ordinary citizen, you are not entitled to that in terms of exercising your duties as a commissioner. Noting your tweets and noting the mandate of a commissioner on the CGE, there's a definite disconnect. How do you account for that?
Thank you for the question, and thanks for appreciating that the Constitution allows for rights of association. Thanks for that. And also, as a professional myself, I'm currently working somewhere, and where I'm working, I'm very much independent into my position, and I'm not influenced by political ideologies. The Commission for Gender Equality has got the act that governs the business of that institution. The Commission for Gender Equality is answerable to the Constitution, which talks about not being biased. Therefore, being appointed a commissioner, I'll abide by those prescriptions. The Commission for Gender Equality Act of 1996 as amended, and also the Constitution of 1996 as amended. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sediko, Honorable Kekan.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Sediko, the role of the CGE is to educate, to lobby, advise and report on issues of gender equality. And the fact that the inequality gap in South Africa is widening says that there is a missing link somewhere between policy formulation and implementation. By now, our government has created an enabling environment for economic empowerment from both the public sector and the private sector. If you assess the role of women, they are still in the periphery of the mainstream economy. What will you do to improve this situation as a commissioner?
Thanks for the question. Last time when I checked the report from Employment Equity Report, it indicated that in around 5 sectors, agriculture, mining, retail, and construction and financial services, the top management in those sectors are male. In agriculture, if I'm not wrong, they were saying 72.7% of those people in agriculture are males. If one gets appointed into this role, working closely with an employment equity commission will be the first thing. Secondly, my question will be, as lawmakers, are we having any law that penalizes non-compliance to the laws that advances gender equality? One has to advocate for penalties. If people don't comply to the laws of gender equality, one has to advocate for legislation that will penalize non-compliance. By just establishing acts and not having penalties, it doesn't help, because people every year, a report comes out to say sectors are not complying. If really we want to take the country forward, there must be legislation to punish non-compliance. If legislation is being advocated to punish racism, why can't we have a legislation to punish sexism? And it's for the lawmakers working together with other constitutional bodies to advocate for those laws. If I become a commissioner, I'm one of those people who say, let's advocate for the laws to punish non-compliance into issues of gender equality. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Malulega.
Thank you, Chairperson. Dr. Sediko. You know, in South Africa, we usually, around December, we have this 16 days of activism against women abuse and children. Do you see it fit to be celebrated or to be advocated during that period only? If yes, you can elaborate. And if not, what do you think can be done to ensure that maybe it is advocated throughout the year?
Thank you for the question. The 16 days of activism that is being celebrated in December is good to raise awareness and remind the people that we are still facing issues of gender oppression. But it should not be only a one-day event. If you run institution by being an activity-based or events-based, you don't reach outcomes. Issues of activism against women and child abuse should be 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We should not just reserve it for December. But you can only do that if the resources are available for us to do the whole year mobilization, raising awareness, capacity building. But in the absence of also resources, collaborating with other like-minded institutions will assist to raise those kind of awarenesses. I support the 16 days of activism as a platform to raise awarenesses and remind the country that we are still having challenges, but it should not only be around December. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Dudley. Okay, one story.
No, I am done.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, honorable members. Yeah, you're disciplined.
This is our first mail,
Yeah, second. Yeah. Thank you very much.